All right, in just over an hour, newly sworn-in President Trump is expected to swoop in and save wildly popular social media app TikTok by issuing an executive order that would delay enforcement of a divest or ban law by 90 days. However, GOP China hawks, Fox Business has learned, say he actually cannot. The deadline to extend the opportunity to sell it to a U.S. company expired yesterday, before Donald Trump was sworn in as president. Sources tell the Claman Countdown that TikTok was topic number one among Republican senators at a brunch and dinner at the Jefferson Hotel in Washington, D.C. yesterday, hosted by Frank McCourt Jr. and Kevin O'Leary. The two businessmen have what's considered to be the only viable offer to buy TikTok's U.S. arm. The source, who was at the event, told me that if ByteDance wasn't willing to sell the app, Republican senators want TikTok shut down. Senator from South Carolina, Lindsey Graham, is set to take the first crack against Chinese-owned companies in the U.S. following TikTok's brief ban. Senator Graham said at the meeting and then later posted on X that he will introduce legislation that prevents any Chinese-owned company that has a, quote, Chinese golden share, which he says means one of the company's shareholders is Chinese President Xi Jinping, from being listed on any American exchange. And he doesn't mean that Xi actually owns a share. He means that China can swoop in and control what that company does. Senator Graham also said he will remove any existing Chinese company that has a so-called golden share structure from all American stock exchanges. My sources tell me that bill is coming out possibly as early as tomorrow, but TikTok's troubles are already here. The app is currently now unavailable for download in the Google Play Store and Apple's App Store. Apple saying in a statement that the company is obligated to follow the law of where it operates, and TikTok will no longer be available for download. This, of course, is a huge blow for people who rely on TikTok as a major source of revenue, like TikTok influencer Kat Stickler, who has 10.4 million followers on the app. She joins me now in a Fox Business exclusive. Kat, great to have you here. We just want to let you know that we're getting a live presentation. Steve Scalise and Hakeem Jeffries are presenting the flag to Donald Trump and J.D. Vance. And this is the flag that flew over the Capitol. So as we watch that event, can I bring in Kat just to quickly talk about this? Okay, Kat, you're there. What have you noticed, if anything, since TikTok became unavailable in the app stores?
Well, it wasn't really for that long. And I know it was a big drama, but it definitely scared everyone. I don't know if it's come back different. I'm not sure, but it was a lot for me because it was everything ByteDance. And I didn't realize how heavily I relied on that for a lot of my creative work and what I put into that. So
let's talk about what you have relied upon from your creative work, which started a couple of years ago with you just during the pandemic, just talking about your life and your world down in Florida. You stemmed 19 different brand deals with huge names. I mean, I've been so impressed by all that you've done, and it's really just you and your personality. And that really means a lot to you. But in the end, though, we've got a law that is in place at the moment. So what's your plan?
Well, thank you, first off. That means a lot coming from you. And TikTok's a huge part of my life and my revenue, and I'm a single mom. So it allows me to provide an income for my daughter and I, but it also, gives me a lifestyle where I can afford to work from home, which most jobs obviously don't allow. I think I would rely heavily on Instagram, I guess. I mean, I have no idea. TikTok got me where I am. Like, I'm here where I am because of TikTok. So I actually don't know.
You've got a much smaller following on Instagram, 2.6 million followers. The difference is pretty obvious to me. There's something about TikTok where people have this opportunity to just blurt out anything, and it can be fun, but there, of course, is the concern that, and it's really not just the Democrats or the Republicans. It was a bipartisan vote, and then two courts upheld the question of ByteDance, and ByteDance was fighting in U.S. courts. Imagine that, a Chinese company using our courts to try and overturn a U.S. law because there's this concern about national security. So do you get a sense right now that it may really end up being that we don't know what's going to happen. And until then, you've got GOP senators from Tom Cotton to Lindsey Graham. Tom Tillis was present at this brunch meeting yesterday, a bunch of others. They're pretty united that the law must be followed.
I am shocked that out of everything going on right now, this is what we are super united on, and we can all agree on this. I understand the need for regulation across all special social media platforms, not just TikTok. I agree that Facebook, Instagram, it should be off of government phones. But in the 5 years that I've been on the app, I have not once seen any propaganda messaging, be it political or a security threat, in any way, shape, or form. So yeah, I think I'm still in shock, too, that it's finally happening.
Yeah, well, we're waiting for what was, back in March, a top secret reveal for, just members of Congress, certain members of Congress, where, you had the Department of Defense, you had some important people revealing the real problems with it. I'm still waiting to see it. Mark Warner, the Democratic senator from Virginia, was head of that meeting. And so we've asked him. He says he can't reveal it because it's top secret, but hopefully one day they'll make that we'll make that public so we can get a better sense of this. In the meantime, Kat, heck, people can still, if they've already downloaded it, watch your TikToks. You're hilarious. And I guess start migrating elsewhere.
Liz, you're you have 10 million on TikTok. We've only got 2 on Instagram, Kat. No, I know it's a totally different platform, and it's going to be a totally different income and everything, but TikTok's such an important part of my life, and it's such an important part of 170 million other Americans' lives, and losing it, it would just be so detrimental, not just selfishly for me, yes, obviously for my daughter and I, but millions and millions of just other small businesses that have relied on this and also become a business because of TikTok. So I don't know. I'm not one to answer the impact on the economy. I know it would be a serious impact and unemployment rate if it were to go, but I guess we'll just see. I'm in the same boat as you. I have no idea.
Well, just to let the world know how popular you have become, you are popular enough that brands like Skims, Amazon, the NFL, Fila, these names go on and on, SE, L'Oreal, SK, I'm just, Pampers, Olay, they have all come to you to strike deals. What are you hearing from fellow influencers? Can I ask you that? I'm sure you talk to them.
Yeah, we're definitely noticing that brands are backing off a bit, and there's lots of contingencies on the contracts we already have, or if there's anything pending, there's, if anything were to happen, this is what we'll do instead.
Yeah.
But brands are definitely backing off because no one knows, you can't put so much investment into something you're not sure is going to last.
Understood. Kat, don't be a stranger. We're going to continue to follow this, and you've really helped people understand, because we've had you on a couple of times, to really understand exactly what's going on and how it affects individuals like you. So thank you.
Thank you, Liz.